So, I'm sure you've all heard
Mid-anime!
But is it really true? Today we're gonna be answering the question.
Is My Hero Academia worth watching?
What'd you say?
Spoilers, obviously. We're gonna be talking about Star and Stripe, a long-standing mystery, and one of the worst sins an anime can commit. So yeah, slap anime and also subscribe. Thank you. First, let's start with a quick recap of season 6. Oh snap, oh mofos be fighting and shit. Oh god, oh man, is that a rabbit? Oh, we got a shot in the leg. Oh man. All for one breaking out of jail. Okay, now that's kind of bullshit. Oh man, shit, man. Oh, Deku left? Oh, no, now he back. So yeah, a lot happens. The story picks up with the most hyped character of the season, Star and Stripes. This strong and powerful muscle mommy is the #1 hero in America. On top of being All Might's first prodigy, she never acquired the power of One for All, but you bet your ass it didn't stop her from climbing the ranks and keeping the peace in the good old US of A. Her quirk is the all-powerful New Order, and goddamn, is it a good one. She can order anyone to do anything. The sole conditions are that she has to know the person's name, a la Death Note, and she needs to touch the target and speak the order out loud. Her limit is that she can only have 2 active orders at a time, and when she uses her quirk to strengthen her own body, she cannot reach the potential of All Might, but that's never stopped her before. And it's not just people. She can also command objects, natural forces like air, and literal energy beams. It's fucking badass. New Order is so powerful that All for One sees it as the second biggest threat beyond One for All. He's so frightened of Star that his countermeasure was to unleash his allies worldwide, hoping to scare governments into keeping their heroes at home for safety. But even then, he knew that if he could acquire New Order, it would be checkmate. And it would have been a great plan if it wasn't for Star saying fuck that and riding a fleet of B-2 bombers straight into Japan. But don't worry, there ain't any nukes this time. Without missing a beat, boom! Episode 1 is a recovered Shigaraki versus Star and Stripes. Fucking hype. Star and Stripes is one of the best introductions to a badass character in all of anime, but just an episode later, she is completely wasted and misused. Huge spoiler coming up, by the way, and damn, this shit really pissed me off. It's pretty disappointing, but here we go. Star battling Shigaraki was one of the best in the series, and it was amazing to see how she used New Order in creative ways. You know what's not amazing? When she got fucking killed right after. Yep, all the hype, all the emotion building up, and then just gone, or kaput, as the Germans say. It's kind of the same as Rengoku in Demon Slayer, except way worse. For God's sake, Star was the prodigy of All Might, and it feels like a wasted opportunity not to see them meet up. And on top of that shit, she never even met Deku. You know, the motherfucking main character. No imparted life lessons, no wisdom, just a whole lot of nothing. Her death felt empty, meaningless, and disappointing. We didn't spend enough time with her for the audience or the in-universe characters to truly care. Even plot-wise, her death was meaningless. Let me explain. Star and Stripes lived and died as a badass. Just before her quirk was stolen and she fell victim to decay, she left Shigaraki a parting gift.
New Order!
She ordered her quirk to rage against every other quirk it came in contact with, and when Shigaraki absorbed it, it began to destroy him from the inside out, eliminating many quirks stored within his body. That's a fucking sick parting gift, right? Well, it would be, but unfortunately, the quirks quirked against were just nameless filler quirks. It would have been dope to see the quirks that we've seen throughout the series be used by All for One against our heroes throughout the season. And then when Star finally dies and does this, we see those very quirks erased, leaving an opening for Deku and his class to come in and finish the fight. But instead, this attack only superficially nerfed Shigaraki, forcing him to recover for a week and delaying the villains from advancing their plans, which is pointless, because they weren't even on the offensive anyways. So like, what the fuck? I'm all for killing characters and shit, but she should have died at season's end. It would have been way more impactful. With or without Star, the plot would have been exactly the same. What do you call that shit? Motherfucking filler. But wait, there's more! Remember that long-standing mystery of the UA Traitor? Turns out it ain't Invisa Waifu, but instead just this French fuck. He always looked like a piece of shit to me, especially when he didn't reach out to Deku to return. Gave off some serious Last Supper vibes, you know what I mean? Why did he do it? Like Deku, Aoyama was born quirkless, so his parents reached out to All For One in order to get him a quirk. However, his body wasn't fully compatible with the quirk, so now this shit makes sense. And like the French do, they raised the white flag and became All For One's little bitches. This led to the League of Villains discovering the location of the camp in Season 2 and launching a raid. Early in the story, it does make sense for Aoyama to be scared of All For One, because he is a crazy mystery, and it's not like Aoyama was best friends with everyone yet. But for him to still be a traitor this far into the story, while actively participating in teams launching full-on direct assaults, and even imprisoning All For One at some point, Aoyama acting like a crybaby. What the fuck's a crybaby? Aoyama acting like a crybaby and constantly fearing everything is ridiculous and stupid. The UA traitor being revealed to just being a scared child at this point is a huge letdown, and it's the easiest and wackest route the story could have taken. And worst of all, as soon as Aoyama is revealed as a traitor, he cries, the students cry, and he is forgiven and joins his team back at UA as if nothing happened. Come home, Brutus. It's okay. What the shit fuck conclusion to a long-standing mystery. Take some note from One Piece. You imbeciles! So what's the big reveal lead to? Traitor Aoyama manages to lure out All For One and his allies against Deku for the final showdown, which kind of feels completely unearned, by the way. The initial scene for the decisive battle starts all awkward, and then suddenly we, the audience, are expected to get all hyped up like a bunch of monkeys tearing up a zoo. Get the fuck out of here, especially since the hype was built on two huge disappointments. That being Star superficially buying time for them to launch this raid, and Aoyama setting this whole thing up. I mean, what the fuck? But even worse than those two things, it's this. They ruin the best waifu in the series by giving her a shitty haircut. Now Nejire looks like a blue-haired Ochako, or even worse, Rem, and nobody even knows who the fuck that is. But what's the answer to the question? Is My Hero Academia worth watching? Yeah. Action and the fights pretty damn good, but the storytelling kind of lost some of its early season magic, and that is a disappointment too. Don't get me wrong, that's what I've been talking about this whole video, and if the series started like this, I don't think it would have taken off to begin with. But at this point, story's wrapping up, and if you made it this far, it is worth watching and it is worth finishing. It's gonna be kind of like Demon Slayer at this point, meh storytelling with great fights and action. But if you are a fan of great fights and action, you should go check out my other video about Windbreaker, talking about if it's worth watching for you. Doesn't spoil too much, but it sure damn gets you hyped up for what's gonna be happening in the series. Slap Anime, and make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.